Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the brother, to the overlook, the house of David. I'm your brother Halak, and to my left.
I'm the brother Aina.
And we coming to you with a lesson called, you can be saved by helping, or something to that effect. You can be saved by helping because not everybody is going to be a prophet. Not everybody is going to be able to do what the prophets do on the highways and hedges. Not everybody be able to teach. You're gonna have some people that are saved, be worthy of salvation through helping the prophets, through by helping them, visiting them, make sure they checking up on brothers. You know, sisters do that. They help their husbands, and their husband helps the body. Even some of them jakes that they know the truth, they ain't bucking up against the truth or any of that. They give praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. They give they respect what the men of the Lord doing. They help. They help. And we want to get into some scriptures that that proves this. Because again, there's gonna be levels to this. I did a lesson not too long ago called different levels of salvation. There's gonna be levels to this. You're gonna have the 144,000. You're gonna have the men under them. Then you're gonna have those that come back and
Been born again.
yeah, being born again.
Reincarnated in the kingdom.
You're gonna have them, then you got the rest of the nations. It's gonna be levels to this thing. But we dealing with the 1/3, and that consists of the 144,000 and the rest of the remnant. Because you going in the remnant is not just gonna be women and children, it's gonna be men, women, and children.
Because how can if the if the rest of the nation of Israel are gonna be reborn in the kingdom, then how's it gonna be all men? Men can't. We bear the seed through semen, but we can't. We don't give birth to the seed. The woman is she incubates that seed. So the point is, how can they're gonna be men, women, and children in the kingdom? And I'll get that after you get the first one, bro. Yeah, we're going to the 1/3. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, starting at verse 40. It says, "He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me."
If a man or woman receive your words, receive your words, your understanding, or they allow you in and do good to you. What you did good to Yahweh Shai. You did good to Yahweh Shai. And by doing good to Yahweh Shai, who you did good to the Father.
They say, what you doing to roughly paraphrasing, what you doing to your brother, what you doing to me. Yep.
That's why it's gonna be people gonna be getting judged for how they treated the prophets. That's why it's gonna be people getting judged with a scoffing and mocking. But it's also gonna be people getting set for salvation because what they did good to the prophets. They did good to Yahweh Shema Shai's servants.
Verse 41, it says, "He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward."
Did you hear that? He that receives a prophet in the name of a prophet will receive a prophet's reward. That's like if I was just a random Jake, a stray Jake, and I helped this brother. I saw him, he probably down on his luck, as they say. And I say, hey, I ain't got much, but here's this. Let me help. Let me get you where you going.
Yep.
That's gonna be a blessing on my part because when you hear that, what scripture do you think about? When someone asks you to go a mile with him, you gotta go twain.
Yep.
That's that law being fulfilled.
And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward.
You see? People are going to be set for salvation, or going to be saved because of that. Call out Yahweh Shema Shai.
11:44, top left. Call out Yahweh Shema Shai Baratazah.
You see, it's gonna be people getting saved because of that. And that's the beautiful thing about this. You see, Yahushua. I remember me and the brother Ayash said this. We was on the highways and hedges. Yahushua, trying to, Yahushua making deals.
Mm-hmm.
He want everybody to get this salvation, but it's gonna be people that reject him. Like, I was cutting deals. You shrugged away the shoulders.
Yep.
You rejected a hand.
Yeah.
You rejected help.
Yahushua is giving what you know how Trump giving out niggas pardons.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua is really getting out pardons. You know, for all our past sins and past lives that we all have sinned. You know, even those of us that are in the truth. You know, there's a time we had in the world. Yahushua is really giving out them pardons on behalf of the Most High, man. On behalf of on behalf of Yahweh. You know, so like you said, he getting out deals, and these the ones this is the time to cop your plea. This is the time to take your plea deal with Yahweh Shema Shai. Verse 42, it says, "And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward."
Exactly.
That's pressure.
You see?
It's pressure.
See, it's gonna be people like. Sometimes we count our family out. Sometimes we count our neighbors out. But they ain't set up to be a prophet. They ain't set up to be teachers. All they gotta do is what? Help you. Help you. You know.
Yep. Come.
And Yahweh Hashem Hashem like, because of this, I'm gonna set him up. I'm gonna set him up for salvation. You know.
Come. I got one. I got this one for you. You're going to prove the fact that how you said that there's going to be 1/3 that's saved. You know, just bring it out for edification. This is Zechariah 13 and verse 8 points in 9. This is verse 8. It says, "It shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die," going into the 2/3. All right. And it says, "But the third part, which is the 1/3, shall be left therein." That third part, that 1/3, is going to the 144,000 as pursuant to the book of Revelations, and the rest of the elect men, women, and children. Like you said, because everybody is not set to be a prophet. A woman can't be amongst the 144 because a woman can't be a prophet.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that proves that 1/3 is going to be men, women, and children. Here's the point, verse 9. It says, "I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried." Meaning they're going to go through the same. They're going to go through their part too. You know, they might not go through the exact things that we go through as our brothers, we stay in this lot. The messengers and the spokesmen for Yahweh Shema Shai in these times. But they're going through something where they're going to be tried and refined as well. You know, every man is going to go through his own lot. You know, and woman, for you, if you elect women out there, it says, "They shall call on my name," meaning that we all gonna call on the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. It ain't just us. We was talking about Jay the other day, the brother, one of the cousins to two of the elders. He doesn't teach, but he calls on the names of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, so what it said, he began to commend those that stood so stiffly for the name. It's gonna be that 1/3 as a whole is going to stand stiffly and strong on the names of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, it says, "I will say it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Bashim, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is my power." All right, so and that goes into that 1/3 is going to give that reverence and that respect to the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. I just want to get that to prove, bro.
I'm glad you brought that out too, because in the earlier part it said 2/3 gonna be cut off. You know, and the scripture says, people, the hearts of men are gonna be waxing worse and wax colder and colder. Roughly paraphrasing, because what? It's gonna be, 2/3. These people, they gonna be assholes. You know, they ain't gonna be showing no love. They ain't gonna be doing none of that. So they gonna get their reward. You know, but it's gonna be those. It's gonna be those that actually show that love.
What's that word? We're gonna tell Edamon that word reward goes into just desserts. What one deserves, and it also could go into punishment for evil doings. If you look up that word reward in the Edamon, you know, that was it, bro.
Because you gonna have some people that see you struggling, see you hurting, see you going through what you going through, and lend help like that like that. I forgot who it was. Like that one person when Yahweh couldn't bear his cross, when he struggled, someone came and helped him. I forgot which one it was.
I remember it was because it stands. His name stands for affliction heard. Was it Samaya one? I don't think it was Samaya one. Hold on. Because the name stands for affliction heard in Hebrew. Samaya one. That's what it was. Samaya one. He helped he helped Yahweh Shai carry his cross, and Samaya one goes into affliction heard, and we're going through those affliction on this time, so there's going to be people that gonna help us.
They gonna hear, well, not actually help, but they gonna see your affliction. Like, I'm gonna go and give you help. But those grimy ass 2/3 be like, man, I don't give a damn about him. Like, he ain't my problem. You know, that selfish one, you know, that selfish spirit, you know, because once you come into the truth, you know, it's not about selfish, it's about the body. You know, that's why they're gonna be cut off when you come.
It's bigger than this.
Yeah. Oh, you give me Hebrews chapter 6 verse 10, bro.
This book of Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 10, and it reads, it says, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
You have ministered to the saints and do minister. You know, minister means what? To serve. But also, you know, it goes into many things, to serve, to teach, you know, all those, because what we do this by teaching, but it's going to be those that minister to us by helping. You know, just like when Yahweh Shai finished fasting, what the scripture says, angels came down to minister to him. You know, they congratulated, they helped him, they got him on his feet. You know,
Even then, when he knew he had to, he was gonna be crucified, he said, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So he knew he had to go build himself up to be able to go through that. You know, the Lord was sending him help.
You see, and that's gonna be a lot of y'all 1/3. It's gonna be a lot of 1/3 that you know, be able to get saved because of that. You know, you give me Tobit. Tobit chapter 12 verse 8. Chapter 12 verse 8.
That's Apocrypha, ain't it? Yeah. Gosh, it's the book of Tobit, chapter 12 in the Apocrypha. In verse 8, it says, prayer is good with fasting and alms and righteousness. A little with righteousness is better than much with unrighteousness. It is better to give alms than to lay up gold.
You see, and that's gonna be the difference of 2/3 and 1/3. Because what 1/3, what we share. You know, we help. We make sure the body is right. 2/3 is all about them. They can have it. They can have it built up and stuff. And they gonna be miserable. You know.
And that, if I may add, that's really what you spoke on. You spoke on the difference between how, you know, how you're supposed to give tithes and how these wicked churches give tithes. You know, because you go to these Christian churches and shit, they give tithes and shit, and they don't help out nobody. You know, it's supposed to be for building the church. This shit, the pastor got a fucking Rolls Royce, a new watch, and a new suit. You know, wife got jewelry and new purses and shit every day. What was that nigga that parked a Bentley in the on the pulpit? Like, nigga, that ain't helping nobody. When you give tithes is a system to help the body. You know, brother short on something. Hey, that's the beautiful thing of why we have tithes in this time. That's how it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be a system to uplift brothers when brothers are going through tough times, because things gonna happen. You know, we in Babylon. Shit gonna happen. Boy. You know what I'm saying? But that's what that system is for. It ain't for you to just sit there and, you know, like I said, these nigga had a Bentley in the pulpit. Then nigga screaming out, "Can we drive it?" Like, nigga, how they gonna help? The Lord gonna burn that motherfucker up too. You know? Verse 9, you mean can you read?
Yeah.
Verse 9, it says, for alms do deliver from death.
Arms do deliver from death. Continue.
And shall purge away all sin. Those that exercise alms and righteousness shall be filled with life.
You see? That random Jake that just came out of nowhere to help you out. Like, hey, this I ain't got much, but here. I hope this help. I hope this get you where you going. Or that sister that came out of nowhere to help you out. Just they just saw you and just said, hey, it was just on their spirit to tell you about something, to help you go through something, and they were just there for no freaking reason. You know? That was the spirit on her, but that was the spirit that marked them for salvation.
God.
I got another one, bro. Give me Matthew chapter 25. Yeah, anything. Okay.
To 25.
Yeah, verse 31. We're gonna start from verse 31.
This is Matthew chapter 25, starting at verse 31. It says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Now he's here, and he's about to give everybody their reward. You know, he came and conquered. He conquered the planet. His. He making his name known. Yeah. You know, everybody afraid. Oh my God, this is what they say, Judgment Day. He's here. You know, continue.
And when he come, like you said, everybody gonna be getting them rewards. That means those of you who are amongst that 2/3 and the rest of the world, I would say, who is gonna have part in that judgment, then you're gonna have that judgment. You know, those who gonna have.
Good.
Yeah, come on, we back.
Okay, Salat.
Demon boy.
We got cut off.
Yeah, I was saying, like when Yahushua comes back, you know, everybody gonna receive their reward. You know, the wicked gonna get their reward, their judgment. You know, and the elect, the 1/3 is gonna receive their reward, their salvation. You know, and the nobility of Edom, like I said, you niggas gonna kick off that 1,000-year period captivity. All right. Oh, you mean read?
We reading down 36. We on verse 32.
But
before that, but that's why, and look, that's how a lot of you women gonna be saved. Because what you doing good, you're helping what a prophet. You know,
those going into even the hopeful elect, you know, not the hopeful elect, the what they are, the hopeful elect, the few sisters that are out there, you know. The Lord, you know, based on how you treat your husband, you know, you being obedient to your husband and everything like that, that's going to go into your salvation.
You know, I got a precept for that, for what you just said. One moment. I'll probably roughly paraphrase because my phone acting slow.
Yeah, it's one part too.
Yeah. I'm going to roughly paraphrase it. It's about how the unbelieving wife will be is consecrated because of the believing husband.
The believing husband, yeah.
Yeah, all she gotta do is help her husband do well with him, and what?
She good.
She gonna be saved with him.
She good.
You know?
Yeah.
Read.
32?
Yeah.
31.
32.
Come verse 32, Matthew 25 and 32, it says, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. Verse 33, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was in hunger, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me.
That's the point.
Verse 37, then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, Yahushua, this is Yahushua speaking, when saw we thee an hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and come unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of my brethren, ye have done it unto me. That's what we said in the beginning. Yep.
You see? It's going to be people getting salvation because you helped out his men, because you helped out his servants. You know? This is how the 1/3 is going to be saved. You're going to have the levels of it. You're going to have the prophets, the men, then the men, women, and children that helped. You know? Who families believed on the word, who received that prophet in their heart. They probably didn't have the whole understanding, but they believed in that prophet who believed in Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
And they call upon the name Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai. You know? Because believe you got people out here, you know, connected to some brothers that heard of brothers, you know, that call on the name Yahweh Shai. They might not be teachers, but they believe in the name and they do good to the prophets.
Yep.
You know? And this is how this 1/3 is gonna end up being saved, you know? They're gonna go through trouble, but they be like, I remember that one guy, I loved him. He was teaching about this. I heard it. I know what I don't need to do. Times of Jacob trouble, you be like, nah, that one guy, he had that spirit on him. He had the spirit on him. He said, don't take this. I'm not taking it. You know, it's gonna be some people that, you know, it's gonna be in their spirit. It's gonna be in their spirit. You're gonna be in their mind when the time of trouble comes. Just like Yahweh Shai is gonna be on our mind, you're gonna be on their mind. Why? Because you stood up against evil. You stood up against the evildoer.
They stood so stiffly.
They gonna always have you in remembrance. And it's gonna be someone else again who's gonna be martyred for this, but that's gonna be a testimony. That's gonna boost their faith. They gonna be like, he actually went through with that. Look what's going around. Look what's happening around us. That's gonna increase their faith. They ain't gonna be them brothers.
They gonna have niggas that they was right. Yep.
Then it's gonna be them brothers that get that spiritual power. And that scripture says, then they will be willing in the day of thy power.
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be some people that need to see it to believe it. For some, that's gonna be enough, but for others, it's gonna be too late.
Too late.
Know?
Yeah.
You got anything?
No, that's it, bro.
So with that, we hope you was edified.
Good.
Again, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kodash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hope of the house of David. Until next time, Yahweh willing. Shalom.
Shalom.